Yes, good evening. Yes. Good evening, everyone from all around the world, including USA, Canada, Long Island, the five boroughs of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka YouTuber with two shows on YouTube, aka Host with the Most, aka Gregonator, aka Lonely Nomad, aka Rookie Podcaster of Queens, New York. And you are now rocking with Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, episode 12. All right. Episode 12, man, in the making. Listen, if you miss any previous episodes, don't worry, I got you. All you got to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast on YouTube. Be sure to enable alerts by pressing the notification bell. Be sure to grab the subscribe button. Be sure to leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics. Be sure to keep an eye out for upcoming episodes. When the show goes on the air via live stream, previous episodes that was recorded that will be uploaded towards the YouTube channel page. Be sure to share the videos alongside with share the podcast along with audio streaming platforms, which I will talk about in the show. And now that I got that out the way, we got a great show for you today. Listen, we got some stuff to review today. I don't have any movies to review this time. Most likely I'm going to we're gonna go with we got some music artists to review today in honor of Staten Island and stuff. So I want to start with that. So the episode title is Shaolin Music Vibes of Staten Island, New York. Yes, that's the name of the episode today. Now I want to start off with an article from the Source magazine. So here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see. So on Saturday, July 10th, hip hop made an illustrious impact on Staten Island, one of the city's most underestimated boroughs. The inaugural Staten Island Peace and Unity Festival took place this Saturday with Ashanti and Ja Rule as headliners, alongside with Method Man, Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deck, Capadonna, and Redman. Sponsored by community organizations, the Water Team, Uncle Chase Entertainment, Joaquin Entertainment, and 3J's Creation Entertainment, spearheaded by K. Wood, CEO of Water Team. The objective of the event was to encourage unity among New Yorkers after the aggressive limits of the now year-long pandemic, especially Staten Islanders. At the top of the show, K. Woods disclosed the mission of the festival. The main purpose of this concert is about peace and unity. It ain't about nothing else. K. Woods disclosed to the audience, we ain't doing this for the gram. Ja Rule and Ashanti kicked off the concert with their signature team dynamic and ran through their most favorite hits in the likes of Mesmerize, Always on Time, Down as Chick, Happy, Living It Up, and more. The festival marks Ashanti's first time visiting Staten Island, a borough of New York, where Murder Inc.'s music played a role in the coming of season trends. Ja Rule performs at the 2021 Staten Island Peace and Unity Festival, while Ashanti performs at the 2021 Staten Island Peace and Unity Festival. Catching up with the R&B princess, she shared that she did not have any expectations about performing on Staten Island for the first time, and all she wanted was energy and love. The Promising Boroughs certainly fulfilled that desire as their outpouring of love was on full display. I really didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what we were coming into, said Ashanti. I felt like I wanted it to be energy and love, and it definitely was. The Grammy Award winning singer highlighted her induction to the class of 2022 Hollywood Hall of Fame during her performance and was moved by the response she received from Staten Islanders. You know what really surprised me? The reaction that I got when I said that I am getting a star on the Hollywood Hall of Fame, said Ashanti. That felt like family. Um, of course, Staten Island is known for its role as being the birthplace of the Wu-Tang Clan. In return, the legendary group has managed to play a chunky role in the global recognition of the forgotten borough. New York City boroughs such as Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx are places where um, va- hip hop events are known to take place, and Staten Island is on the verge of joining the lineup. All right, hang on a second while I take a drink. Let me explain something before I continue reading. So, on my other show, off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast, I actually um dedicated an episode in regards to a recent birthday in regards to hip hop, which is now 48 years old, which I didn't even know it was 48 years old until I did the research. And for the simple fact that I'm dedicating this episode to Staten Islanders today, and how so much energy and so much positive influences has been going down today. And I actually had a chance to actually watch maybe a little bit of the performers for the Universal Hip Hop Museum, which is doing the New York City it's time for Hip Hop New York City, I think is what the name is. I forget now. But I did manage to watch some performers, but I didn't see you know what? I'll get to the highlights. I'll talk about the highlights on my other show, so I don't want to take too much of the time. So let's keep going. All right. In what is considered a legendary performance, Wu-Tang Clan members Method Man, Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deck, and Capadonna took to the stage alongside with the Funk Doc himself, Redman. From Capadonna's slaying of his hit slang editorial to Ghostface Killer and Method Man's nostalgic ice cream verses, and even down to Young Dirty Bastard taking to the mic to the parts of his father, the late Old Dirty Bastard. The festival brewed a moment that will go down in Staten Island's hip hop history, as such shindigs are rare. In a sit down with Ghostface Killer, when asked about his stance on Wu Tang's iconic status on Staten Island, the mighty, healthy MC explained that he rarely thinks about it, but when he does, he is humble about his role in putting Staten Island on the map. And he said, in quote, "I know what we did, and whatever I do is just regular," said Ghostface Killer. "I'm humble to it, and I'm glad and I'm grateful that the Most High has aligned me with who he has aligned me around to be on that one team to spread this to the world." And of course, my very good, my very good colleague that I went to college with is also featured in the Source magazine, which is another reason why I am going to be reviewing his discography today on this episode. Um, Staten Island rapper Yah Sin, who also happens to be, for those of you who may not know who he is the nephew of Method Man, finds importance in Wu-Tang performing on the island, as the presence of such legends remind islanders that great legacy can be created right here and reach out to the entire world. Chatting with Method Man, he shared that while he knows and understands Wu-Tang's prominence on Staten Island, he poses the question as to what figures of his stature can do for their hometown communities. "You have to give back more than just give back. Your presence alone is sometimes good, but it ain't good enough, especially in situations where people are hungry, people are starving," said Method Man. "You can come around and give turkeys on Thanksgiving, but once that turkey is gone, what they got to eat next?" He continued, "There are people out there who will work out what they want. They are ready to work now. It's just the opportunity has passed them because they are not in a position or in a place where they can be seen and heard and be put into those places where they can provide for their families and take care of themselves. So what we do is we put these festivals together hoping to inspire somebody to want better for themselves." The Wu Tang Clan also used the festival as an opportunity to publicly present Staten Island legends. The Force MDs with the platinum plaque they earned from their contribution to Ghostface Killer's debut album, Iron Man. The festival was a Staten Island affair that introduced a new tone to the borough's hip hop status, as the theme affirms peace and unity. Its historic reputation is mostly due to the so-called social fellowship of rivaling local towns such as Stapletown and Park Hill, both stomping grounds of the Wu-Tang Clan. Originally, the event was set to take place for 2 days, with Lil Durk slated to headline day 2, July 11th. um, okay. However, day 2 was postponed due to matters that were beyond the control of the organizers. All right. So, listen, and look, before I keep going with the show, let me just I want to say this actually, man. I want to say this. Um let me tell you something, man. If I didn't go to LaGuardia Community College, I wouldn't have met this guy Yah Sin. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. His music got me through some dark times when I was going through a misunderstanding from a former classmate from an evening class. And And his music kind of inspired me that I have a lot to live for. So instead of trying to have suicidal thoughts, I ended up keeping going, and I just kept it pushing. So, and this is why I'm dedicating this episode 12 to the Staten Islanders today. And hip hop just had a birthday, which I just mentioned. So the first things first, man, I'm going to start with um I am going to start with the 2020 album, which I had a chance to listen to. Um I am going to actually say something about the 2020, and I am going to talk about um another album I had a chance to listen to is Legends of Crescent Avenue. And I like the picture, man. I really like the picture. And I really like the undefined symbol of the moon. It really, really touched me, man. And I'm like, let me dedicate and do a review on his music, because it's the least I could do, man. You know what I'm saying? So I like two of the albums, 2020 and and Legends of Crescent Avenue. Man, I actually enjoyed both of those albums, man. And 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 the reason I'm saying this is because it is basically it's like one of the awesome, excellent bodies of work that I actually ever listened to whatsoever. So I am going to say it is lit, it's fire, and of course, it's a masterpiece, man. So I'm just gonna give out some explosions right here, man. Hold on. Let's do some explosions. And another one. And before I go on to the next individual that I'm going to review the album discography, I want to start off by saying congratulations to Yah Sin for being featured in the Source magazine and for all his success. And I really hope that he continues to shine with all the positive energy, the positive vibes through his music. He's an inspirational music artist that I ever met over the years. So, so congratulations to Yah Sin and the two albums that I listened to, 2020, The Legends of Crescent Avenue. They're both masterpieces. I enjoyed it, man. So thank you for letting me hear your music, and I definitely have a lot to live for because of you. So a round of applause for Yah Sin, and congratulations for being featured in the Source magazine. How about some air horns, man? How about some air horns? And that's basically fire and lit, man. So there you have it, man. There you have it. So another artist that I want to touch on is, let me see. Another artist that I want to touch on has to do with, let me see. Hold on a second. Wait a minute here. I just had it. Okay, let's go to, oh yeah, the Raekwon 26th anniversary of Cuban Link. I ain't forget Raekwon the Chef. All right. As I said, man, it is the 26th anniversary of Cuban Link. And you know, let me just go ahead and do this. So, let me see. Um all right, I'm not gonna mention the government name here, man. So I'm not even gonna really go there. All right. Raekwon has been cited as a pioneer of Mafasio rap. In 2007, the editors of About.com placed him on their list of the top 50 MCs of our time, 1987 to 2007. The Miami New Times described Raekwon's music as being street epics that are straightforward yet linguistically rich universes like Against the Liad. All right. So we're gonna yes, only built for Cuban links. Yes. So let's review this album. Um, Only built for Cuban links, commonly referred to as the Purple Tape, is the debut studio album by American rapper and Wu-Tang Clan member Raekwon the Chef, released on August 1st, 1995 by Loud Records and RCA Records. The album was loosely composed to play like a film with Raekwon as the star, fellow Wu-Tang member Ghostface Killer as the guest star, and producer RZA as the director. It features appearances from every member of the Wu-Tang Clan except for Old Dirty Bastard. The album also features debut appearances for affiliates Capadonna and Blue Raspberry. It also features an acclaimed guest appearance from rapper Nas, which marked the first collaboration with a non-affiliate artist on a Wu-Tang related album. All right. Of course, the singles for it is Heaven and Hell, released October 24th, 1984, Criminology, June 26th, 1985, Ice Cream, September 25th, 1995, Rainy Days, 1996. Upon its release, Only Built for Cuban Links debuted it at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart and number 2 on the top R&B hip hop albums chart while selling 130,000 copies in its opening week. The album was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America on October 2nd, 1995, and latter platinum on February 24th, 2020. According to Nielsen SoundScan, it has sold 1.1 million copies to be exact, in the United States alone as of 2009. Although it failed to acquire the same initial sales success as previous Wu-Tang solo album, Cuban Links achieved greater critical praise, with many complimenting its cinematic lyricism and production. Only for, Only Built for Cuban Links has received acclaim from music critics and writers over the years, with many lauding it as one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. With its emphasis on American mafia insinuations and organized crime, the album is widely regarded as a pioneer of the mafioso rap subgenre. It is considered to have been highly influential on hip hop music over the next decade, being heavily referenced and influential on acclaimed albums such as Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt and the Notorious B.I.G.'s Life After Death, along with Jizz's Liquid Swords. Cuban Links is the most acclaimed solo Wu-Tang work, Rolling Stone magazine placed it at number 480 on the 500 greatest albums of all time list in 2012, and at number 219 in the 2020 reboot of the list. Okay. I'm not even gonna go to the background. So let's go to the music and lyrics. All right. Only built for Cuban Links is often commemorated for its introduction to a distinctive slang individual to Raekwon and Ghostface. Heavy use of the supreme alphabet and supreme mathematics as often used by the Wu-Tang Clan, blended with terms picked up on the inner city streets of New York, as well as several songs based around detailed, loosely connected stories. In an article for Double XL, RZA later illustrated in quote, the theme of the album is two guys that had enough of the negative life and was ready to move on, but had one more sting to pull off. They're tired of doing what they're doing, but they're trying to make this last $250,000. That's a lot of money in the streets. We're gonna retire and see our grandbabies and get our lives together. In keeping with the loose storyline, the album opens with the introduction track. Um, what is it? Striving for Perfection, in which Raekwon and co-star Ghostface converse about visions and goals. On the preceding track, Knuckleheads, Raekwon and Ghostface divide money in the song's intro and then engage in a heist with You God's character being killed off at the end of his verse. The reason for this elimination is because You God was sentenced to serve several months in prison, which prevented subsequent participation on Cuban Links. You God, however, recruited his lyric mentor and childhood friend Capadonna to take his place later in the album. Only Built for Cuban Links features dialogue-driven interludes in the beginning of several tracks with Raekwon and Ghostface Killer conversing about money, life, crime, and hip hop, among other things. Hold on, guys. Okay. 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 Where did I leave off? Okay, the introduction to Glaciers of Ice, for instance, involves Ghostface addressing his plans and methods of dying wallaby style Clarks. In 2005 interview, Ghostface Killer explained we was in the car one day driving around in the DAT machine with a microphone, and we just started talking shit about how we're gonna do it this summer with the Clarks. The dying was something I was doing already. I'm an inventor. Niggas can't fuck with me when it comes to style. Only nigga that is right there with me is probably Slick Rick. Other than that, I'm boss. Oh man, this guy is fucking crazy and a legend, man. The album ends with the song North Star, which serves as a closing credits type of song. In regards to this track and Papa Woo's inclusion, RZA later remarked, in quote, the idea is Ray did everything he had to do. Everything is over now. The job is over. Mission is over. It's a perfect closing to the album. Papa Wu was a very smart mentor in the younger days to me and ODB. Everybody has dibs and dabs of knowledge of self. I brought him into be a mentor to these men. Like, I love them, and you, the only person I know that have the intelligence to keep them in sync with knowledge. It's very poisonous unless they got proper guidance. um, Proper guidance. Okay, he was the smartest man I'd ever met at a certain time in my life. Raekwon further commented, North Star was a track I really, really wanted on my album. It was a track that I felt a vibe of it was motion picture like. Now we go to the singles. Okay, Criminology. Of course, though several songs such as Glaciers of Ice and Incarcerated Scarfaces received radio play and music video treatment, only four official singles were released for only built for Cuban Links. The first of which was Heaven and Hell, released October 24th, 1994. Aside from being the album's first single, it was also the first song recorded for the album, serving as an installment to the soundtrack for the movie Fresh. The song features the second recorded appearance of Wu Tang affiliate Blue Raspberry. I'll look him up later. Who provides backing vocals in 1994 Heaven and Hell, reached number 32 on the Hot Rap Singles chart and number 34 on the Hot Dance Music Maxi Singles Sales chart. 1 year later, it re-entered the Hot Rap Singles chart, peaking at number 21. With Glaciers of Ice as its B-side, the album's second single, Criminology, was released June 26, 1985, almost 1 year after Heaven and Hell. It had notable chart success, as it peaked at number 43 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 5 on the Hot Rap Singles chart. Producer RZA later illustrated, in quote, "That was me trying to produce like a DJ, produce a break beat. Ghost actually asked me to make one of those beats. You listen to old DJ tapes. That's how I made that song. And he wanted this shit to sound like a breakout. He had a rhyme that he knew was going to change the game. That was the verse that got him recognized." Cypress Hills DJ Muggs called up and was like, "Yo, he killed that shit. He ripped that shit." Hold on, guys. All right. All right. All right, here we go. Serving as the album's most friendly track, Ice Cream was released September 25th, 1995, with incarcerated um excuse me, incarcerated surf no Scarfaces. Incarcerated Scarfaces. Sorry about the tongue tied, as its B-side. This proved to be the most successful single off the album, as it reached the 37th spot on the Billboard Hot 100 and the 5th spot on the Hot Rap Singles chart. The song uses different flavor variants of ice cream as a metaphor for different races of women. Wow, I didn't know that shit. Wow. Wow. I did not know that was a metaphor for women and people of color. That's that shit is wild, man. Oh man. Um all right. Raekwon later commented, "We wanted to reach out and let the women know that we respected them as queens. And queens, much like ice cream, come in all different flavors." The song marks the second appearance of Capadonna on the album and serves as his breakthrough performance, as it would give him commercial exposure. In regard to his guest spot Capadonna later recalled, in quote, I had heard Ray's and Ghost's verses on there, and I had made a joke about me getting on the track. And RZA took it seriously and was like, yo, go ahead, lace that. Rainy Days was the fourth and final single for the album, released as a promotional recording on vinyl in early 1996. In regard to the song's lyrics, Raekwon summarized this is for the struggling girl who can't understand, rather, her man and he a thorough nigga. We wanted to put a girl from the movie The Killer in the skit at the start of the song when she said, I sing for him and isn't here. He ain't here because he making money. He trying to put some food on the table. Producer RZA has stated that Rainy Days is one of his all-time favorite songs on the album. All right. Critical reception. Here we go. All right. All Music gave it 5 stars. Um, Chris Gow's Consumer Guide A minus. Entertainment Weekly A minus. Excuse me. Los Angeles Times 4 stars. Mojo 5 stars. NME 8 out of 10. Pitchfork 9.5 out of 10. The Rolling Stone Album Guide 5 stars. The Source 4.5 out of 5. Spin 8 out of 10. Okay. Only Built for Cuban Links was well received by contemporary critics. The Source magazine's Nicholas Pullerhoff said Raekwon has always brought his own special flavor to the Wu cipher. He sprays out lyrics like gunfire forming vivid tales. What truly sets Cuban Links apart is the sheer abundance of well-written complex lyrics. Pulling off also praised RZA's production, viewing it as his best yet. The tracks are suited to the distinct flow of the chef, who weaves in and out between beats. Chill H Choker. Don't ask me how he got that last name, man. Don't ask me how he got that fucking last name. Oh man. From Spin Magazine found Raekwon to be as vivid as a lyricist as Cool G rap. So vivid you smell the gunpowder and wipe the blood on your shirt, while crediting RZA for taking the art form of production to new heights. Los Angeles Times said the songs with other Wu-Tang Clan members are as good as anything on Enter the 36 Chambers, and wrote of the music, RZA's production sensibilities, sometimes minimal, other times symphonic, pull the listener in despite the chaos. In a genre characterized by singles, Cuban Links is a full-blown album where the big picture is just as moving as the compositional, stylistic elements. In Vibe magazine, Dream Hampton was impressed by Raekwon and Ghostface Killer's use of cultural appropriation as a type of sweet vindication in their lyrics to be exact, and said they bring the best in each other. Only Built for Cuban Links has since been, to be exact, ranked by critics and publications as one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. The Rolling Stone Albums Guide called it essential listening for anyone interested in the Wu-Tang Clan, while Steve Huey from All Music said Raekwon is arguably the Wu's best storyteller, crediting him for translating epic themes and narratives of a mafia movie into a startling, accomplished hip hop album. Huey argued that the record was possibly the best Wu-Tang solo album, along with Jizz's Liquid Swords, and wrote that like that album only built for Cuban Links takes a few listens to reveal the scope of its lyrical complexities, but it's immensely rewarding in the end. In 2012, Rolling Stone magazine ranked the album number 480 on its list of the 500 greatest albums of all time, saying that the best Wu-Tang solo joint is a study in estimated, no, understated to be exact, cool, and densely woven verses, and that Raekwon Craft's breathtaking drug rap narratives. It's a rap album that rivals the mob movies hip hop celebrates. In the 2020 reboot of the list, the album's rank shot up to number 219. Um, I'm not gonna go over the. I don't know if I should go over the legacy and stuff like that. I don't know. Well, why not? All right. Okay. OB OB4CL popularized related Mafioso rap to be exact on the East Coast. While this style was originated by Coogee rap in the late 1980s, it didn't completely um, perm- permeate the hip hop world until the release of OB4CL in 1985. References to Cuban links could be heard heavily in following years with several notable changes in hip hop culture. For instance, the album refers to Wu Gambinos in various occurrences, the term being a name for the alter egos of the rappers, excuse me, involved in Cuban links and used on various later projects. These alter egos inspired an already disassociative hip hop world to adopt new names and personae from Nas Escobar moniker to Notorious B.I.G.'s Frank White counterpart, which he would go on to further utilize upon the release of OB4CL. A known fan of the Wu Tupac Shakur began to refer to himself as Machiavelli and gave his outlaws crew new names, albeit with a militaristic dictatorial di- okay dictatorial theme. In regard to Raekwon's innovation of the Gambinos, Method Man later affirmed, in quote, Raekwon started that. Ray always had that mobster mentality, always liked to watch gangster movies and read mob books and stuff like that, you know? So he pretty much knew the names of the cats and what they was about. He he polished his whole style like that. Ghostface Killer also touched base on the Gambino influencing, stating, "We done took that to the highest peak. We bonded as a tight family, so niggas is starting to try and do the right now. Trying to do that right now. Everybody thinking they have a strong family. We opened up the door for a lot of niggas. The shit was just crazy on how it came together." Okay, Crystal. Another exemplification of Cuban Link's influence is in the spike in popularity of Crystal Inexpensive Champagne, which was mentioned on the album and touted by Ray and Ghost. It has now become a staple in hip hop, with name drops that continue to this day. The brand even made its way into popular culture when director Quentin Tarantino, a known affiliate of RZA and the Wu Tang Clan, which I didn't really know about, You learn something new all the time. Um, anyway, goes on a rant about the champagne's quality in his segment of Four Rooms, a film released in the months after Raekwon's album. In regard to this trend, Raekwon later clarified, "We was the first to be talking that crystal shit. I know that for a fact. Back then, we would go do dinners, excuse me, and sit with Loud Records president Steve Rifkind and then up at the label. And now mission would be like, when we sit at the table, we want the best fucking wine they got in the building. We might have asked for some mo or something and they didn't have it. So we was like, what the fuck is the next best thing, Steve? And Steve's like, give him the next best thing. They came out with Crystal. Me and Ghost liked the bottle, and the name on the bottle was Louis Roderer. I was like, I'm Lou Diamond, Louis Roderer. Me and Ghost is loving how the bottle looked. It cost more than the motherfucker, the motherfucking other. So we was like, Crystal nigga. That's our new shit. Hip hop albums. Ironically enough, despite Raekwon and Ghost's warning on Shark Niggas, um, biters to be original, OB4CL's influence spawned a countless number of albums with many of the adopted principles that it set in place. The year following its release in 1996, Jay-Z released his debut album, Reasonable Doubt, which describes a lavish crystal um, drinking monster persona and deals with the subjects of street crime and getting out of the drug dealing and into the rap game, much like the topics covered on OB4CL. Jay-Z would later reference Cuban Links in his 2009 song A Star Is Born by stating Wu-Tang gang banged it. Meth ate and Ray took on a date with the purple tape, passed it on to a son, then Ghostface. They had a hell of a run. Stand and ovate. Raekwon later commented in an interview, Jay was a student of our shit and what we accomplished in those days. He'll tell you that himself. The same year, highly acclaimed rapper Nas released It Was Written, revising his image to incorporate the mafia posturing of Raekwon, adopting the mafioso Monica Nas Escobar bestowed upon him by his great appearance on Cuban Links. 1986 also saw the releases of Ghostface Killer's debut album, Iron Man, which loosely covers some of the topics on Cuban Links, and also Maldives' second major label album, Hell on Earth, which showcased the duo's interpretation of the Cuban Link's demeanor and featured contributions from Raekwon, Method Man, and Nas. In 1997, the Notorious B.I.G. revamped his image into that of a gun-toting, big money-making mob commanding kingpin. Most notably on the songs Nigga Bleed, Was Beef, My Downfall, and I Love the Dough, featuring Jay-Z. Nas then with the firm put out a similarly minded album that year in the album. Okay, the influence of Only Built for Cuban Links continued through into the 2000s with other albums such as Rick Ross' Deeper Than Rap and Jay-Z's American Gangster, continuing to find success following the album's overall structure and premise, though Cuban Links would prove to be highly influential. Raekwon later revealed that he had no intentions for this impact, stating, "Really, I was just trying to make something worth purchasing and worth respecting." So, at the two solo projects that were both critically and commercially unsuccessful, Raekwon announced a sequel to Only Built for Cuban Links, which I will review next, in late 2005. The sequel was highly anticipated for nearly 4 years since its original announcement and 14 years after the release of the original. Cuban, appearing in Double XL's top 10 list of most anticipated albums in 2007. Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 was released in 2009 to critical acclaim. I'm not going to go over the track listing. You guys are more welcome to look that up for yourself. I know plenty of people already got that album already, so I'm not going to go there. So let's go to the charts. UK albums: OCC, peak position 79, US Billboard 200, 4, US top R&B and hip hop albums Billboard 2, US Billboard 200, 129, US top R&B and hip hop albums Billboard 23. Certifications: it went platinum in the United States, 1,100,000 sales units. Accolades: okay, 100 greatest hip hop albums 2008 by about.com, United States. 2008 ranked 6th best rap album of 1995. 2008 1 hip hop's 25 greatest albums by year 1980 and 1998 to 1998. 1999 1 Eagle Trip, Exclaim Canada 100 records that rock 100 issues. 2000 1 star. Face top albums of the year 1985 6. Hip Hop Connection, the 100 greatest rap albums 1985 to 2005. Rank 1. Mix Mag, United Kingdom, top albums of the year 1985 12. Music, top albums of the year 1985 3. New Musical Express, top albums of the year 1985 29. Top 100 albums by Black artists 2005 20. That's New Nation. New York Times, United States, Neil Strauss, top 10 albums of 1985. Top 10 albums of the year 1985. 1 star 1986, 1985 29. Yeah, NME, yeah. Double OR, Netherlands, albums of the year 1985 20. Pitchfork Media, United States, top 100 favorite records of the 1990s, 2003, 1989. No, 99, excuse me. Pop Sweden, albums of the year 1985 2. Rhapsody, the A's, the B's, the Kilos of Coke Rap, 2010, 1 star. Robert DeMurray, 1001 albums you must hear before you die, 2005, 1 star. Rolling Stone, United States, the essential recordings of the 90s, 1989, 100 best albums of the 90s, 1989, 1 star. To 2011, 62. The 500 greatest albums of all time, 2012, 480. Select. United Kingdom, albums of the year 1995, 1996, 8. The Source, United States, 100 best rap. Excuse me. 100 best rap albums. The critics of top 100 black music albums of all time. 1988, 1 star. 2006, 20. All right. Specs, Germany, albums of the year, 1995, 17. Spin, United States, top 100 plus 5 albums of the last 20 years, 2005, 72. Top 90 albums of the 90s, 1989, 83. The 20 best albums of 1985, 1985, 14. Top 101 to 200 albums of all time, 2004, 123. That's Stylish, by the way. Village Voice, Pass and Job Critics Poll, 1986, 15. The Wire, United Kingdom. Best Records of 1995, 1996, 7. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to the sequel. We're going to go to the sequel. All right. All right. So, Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 is the fourth studio album by American hip hop recording artist of and Wu-Tang Clan member Raekwon, released September 8th, 2009 on ICE H2O EMI Records in the United States. The album experienced numerous delays to its release due to Raekwon's approach of continual rewriting as well as distribution issues with his record labels, serving as the sequel to his critically acclaimed debut album, Only Built for Cuban Links 1985. Part 2 maintains many of the themes covered on its predecessor and features guest appearances from several Wu-Tang members, as well as Busta Rhymes, Jadakiss, and Beans. All right. Okay. So the singles goes like this. New Wu, which was released May 19, 2009. House of Flying Daggers, released August 26, 2009. Walk With Me, released September 2009. Have Mercy, released September 2009. Catalina, released October 2009. Okay, the album debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and at number 2 on the top R&B and hip hop albums chart, while selling near 68,000 copies in its first week. Upon its release, Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 received widespread acclaim from music critics based on an aggregate score of 88 out of 100 from Metacritic, indicating universal acclaim, and was ranked number 45 on the site's list of best reviewed albums. Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 was included on several publications' year-end album lists, including Rolling Stone, which ranked it the 25th best album of 2009, and Time, which named it 7th best. Okay, all right, I'm not even gonna go into should I go into release? Yeah, why not? On July 22nd, 2009, a report was published which claimed numerous collaborations, final track names, and producers. A month later, on August 27th, another report was published featuring the final track listing. The two reports listed most of the same tracks, but with slight differences in names, producers, and featured guests. The change lead to the perception that there were many tracks out cut from the final listing, to be exact. However, it is more likely that the details were transcribed incorrectly as most of the tracks were listed and released in some form. The final album differed from the initial report as follows. Godfather was retitled Black Mozart. That shit's fun. Oh man, was previously a solo track called Secret Indictment. 40 Deuce was retitled Broken Safety. Woo Oo was retitled New Woo. Nigga Me was retitled About Me. Catalina was originally Congo. Kareem Khan was retitled We Will Rob You. Walk With Me was changed to a European iTunes bonus track. Sonny's Missing was originally the Pete Rock track Questions, which featured vocals by Royal Flush from the album New York's Finest. 10 Bricks instrumental was originally used for the J Dilla remix track to J Lives the Red, released on the 2000 reissue of Champion Sound. Criminology on 9 features Ghostface Killer and Rockstars featuring Inspector Deck and Jizza were the only songs listed in the report that did not make the final lineup. Criminology '09 had been earlier leaked and discussed by Raekwon as being included on the album. It would, however, be included on the Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and Raekwon collaboration of album Wu Massacre, with Raekwon's verse cut out in the place of a new verse by Method Man. An additional song was added to the August report and remained on the final lineup titled Baggin' Crack. Oh man. Oh, that's funny, man. That shit is funny. Which was produced by Eric Sermon. It was only available on explicit version of the album. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna read all this, so I'm gonna go to the reception. All right. Commercial performance only built for Cuban Links Part 2 was released on September 8th, 2009, and was ranked the only one downloaded album available on iTunes for the first 3 days of its release. It debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and at number 2 on the top R&B hip hop albums chart, the same positioning as the original, only built for Cuban Links, while selling near 68,000 copies in its first week. Only built for Cuban Links Part 2 has sold 132,000 copies in the United States as of November 12th, 2009, according to SoundScan. Wow. All right. So critical response, any decent music, 7.8 out of 10. Metacritic, 88 out of 100. All music, 4 stars. The AV Club, A minus. The Irish Times, 4 stars. Los Angeles Times, 4.5 stars. Mojo, 4 stars. Pitchfork, 8.8 out of 10. Rolling Stone, 4 stars. Spin, 7 out of 10. Um, URB, 5.5 stars. USA Today, 4.5 stars. Hold on, folks. I need to take a hold on, folks. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. I had to use the bathroom. Anyway, where did I leave off? Right. Here we go. This is where I left off. All right. Um, Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 received widespread acclaim from music critics. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from mainstream critics, the album received an average of 88 based on 19 reviews, which indicates universal acclaim. According to the site, it was the fourth best reviewed album of 2009, and it is listed as the 46th best reviewed album on the site. David Jeffries to be exact, All Music lauded Raekwon's lyrical ability, writing that he is in top form, spitting out rhymes worthy of the Wu logo while calling its production equally magnificent. The AV Club's Nathan Rabin praised the album's, in quote, vivid crime world narratives, which in pulpy detail. Tiny Mixtapes wrote that the album meets the charged expectations of the sequel to the original and called it dense, dignified, and flat out solid. The New York Times' John Caramanica called the album impressive and stated that's it's inconsistent with everything in hip hop that surrounds it, only adds to the album's charm. Michael Saba of Pace called it a classic and one of the best albums to come out of the New York rap scene in the last decade. Toronto Star writer Corey Mintz commented Raekwon's for his ability as an MC, writing Raekwon still simmers with the same confident tempo as if never breathing in and out. Sobi Abdul Rahman of Sputnik Music gave the album a rave review and found it accomplished in all aspects, stating, um, every cut is worth its weight here. Every lyrical performance is equally inspired as its production counterpart. Everything about Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 demands worship and solidifies Raekwon as one of history's best with a continuation that exceeds his original debut in every way imaginable. This is a more mature and intelligent Wu-Tang and proves that one truly does improve their verbal skills with age. Wow. That's an interesting logical statement to say. Let's see. Okay. All right. Los Angeles Times writer Jeff Weiss commended the album's incorporation of various producers, noting its effect as analogous to the hip hop version of The Departed, filled with virtualistic, star-studded performances heavily indebted to Asian cinema and tweaking rather than transforming a timeless aesthetic. Steve Jones of USA Today called its cinematic crime narratives riveting. Yes, I will say that too. Um, yeah, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't muted, you guys, and I'm good to go. All right. So Henry Adasso of About.com commended Ghostface Killer for his contributions to the album and gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Chris Ryan of Spin gave the album 3.5 out of 5 stars and praised Raekwon's lyricism, writing that the album's songs contain some of his most rewind-worthy bars in years. The University of California, Berkeley's student publication, the Daily Californian, complimented the album's production as diverse but seamless, writing that Part 2 displays a dizzying roster of 13 producers, each with well-established and distinct takes on their craft. All right. Um all right. Rather than playing out as some sort of haphazard compilation, the album flows seamlessly. The myriad of producers didn't work together, but somehow they all managed to end up on the same page. If anything, this is what makes Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 so fantastic. Rob Browning of Pop Matters praised its cohesive structure and wrote that it is intended to be listened to as a single entity. Pitchfork's Nate Petrin called Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 as good as fans have been hoping for and compared it to Ghostface Killer's Fish Scale, writing that, like Ghostface modern classic, this album defies hip hop's current atmosphere of youthful cockiness and aging complacency. Okay, we go to the accolades, and I'm gonna go to charts afterwards because I have to review another person album. So, um, accolades. The album was named one of the top 10 best hip hop albums of the year by several publications. It was ranked number 5 on Pitchfork's list of top 50s albums of 2009. Slant Magazine and the New York Times both named it the 8th best album of the year. In December 2009, Part 2 was chosen as Album of the Year in the Hip Hop DX Countdown and was described as the hip hop equivalent to The Godfather, with Ray as revitalized as Marlon was. Interesting. Raekwon himself was selected as Best MC of 2009. Fellow New Yorker Nas won in 2008. The DX staff justified this pick with this description of Raekwon's career in 2009. Pop Matters ranked Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2 at number 7 on their 60 best albums of 2009, making it the highest ranked hip hop album on the list. And commented, in quote, "Everyone here is at the top of their game, leading by example and calling out to the rest of mainstream hip hop. Really, no other hip hop album stood a chance up against Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2. The popular Norwegian newspaper Dagbladet named it the 9th international album of 2009. Also, the music retail company Plate Companion ranked the album 16th album of 2009. Wow. Who knew? Now we go to the charts. US Billboard 200, peak position 4, US top R&B slash hip hop albums Billboard 2, US top rap albums Billboard 2, year end charts, US top R&B hip hop albums Billboard position 52. Okay, we're gonna go to Ghostface now. gonna go to Ghostface discography. Just a minute here. All right. Of course, one of my favorite albums by Ghostface would have to be we're gonna go to Fish Scale. We're gonna go to Fish Scale. Hold on. Wait, Fish Scale. Where is Fish Scale? Yeah, Fish Scale. We're gonna go to Fish Scale right here. All right. Yeah, Fish Scale is one of my favorite albums, of course. Fish Scale is the fifth studio album by American rapper and Wu-Tang member Ghostface Killah. Released March 28th, 2006 on Def Jam in the United States. The album features guest appearances from every member of the Wu-Tang Clan, as well as Ghostface Killah's Theodore unit. It also features productions from several acclaimed producers such as MF Doom, S.I.P. to him, Pete Rock, Jay Dilla, and Just Blaze, among others. The album follows an organized crime theme and is named after a term for uncut cocaine. Okay. The singles: Be Easy, released October 25th, 2005. Back Like That, released February 28th, 2006. Fish Scale sold nearly 110,000 units in its first week of release and debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the top R&B and hip hop albums chart, making it the highest charting Ghostface Killah album since his 1996 debut, Iron Man. The singles Back Like That and Be Easy entered the U.S. Hot R&B / hip hop songs chart, with the former peaking at the 14th position. Upon its release, Fish Scale received universal acclaim, with critics praising the album's cohesiveness, lyricism, and production. As of November 2009, the album has sold 332,000 copies. All right. I'm not going to go to the background. Wait. You know what? Why not? In January 2006, a sampler was released containing full versions of Be Easy, Back Like That, and Kilo, as well as shortened versions of Big Girl and Charlie Brown. It also included an alternate version of The Champ, Charlie Brown, which was also produced by MF Doom, S.I.P. to him, contained a sample from Caetano Veloso's Alpha Omega that did not ultimately receive clearance, and the song did not appear on the final album. Similarly, the Champ was not cleared, and an altered version found its way onto the album. J Dilla created his 2 productions for Ghostface, but also used them on his instrumental album Donuts. MF Doom's productions are taken from his Special Herbs series of albums. Critical reception. All right. Here we go. Metacritic, 88 out of 100. All Music, 5.5 stars. The AV Club, A. Entertainment Weekly, A-. Los Angeles Times, 4.5 stars. Mojo, 4 stars. Pitchfork, 9.0 out of 10. Q, 4 stars. Rolling Stone, 4 stars. Spin, A-. The Village Voice, A+. Upon its release, Fish Scale received universal acclaim from music critics at Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 reviews from mainstream critics. The album received an average score of 88 based on 32 reviews. Robert Christgau of The Village Voice called it a crack trade. Wow. A crack trade. Oh, shit. He had to say it like that though. But anyway, trend record that ranks with any Biggie or Wu CD. He found Ghostface Killer's stories to be as vivid, brutal, and thought out as any Noir, and felt that the music features a powerfully sold and sampled clan type groove and a screeching intensity similar to Public Enemy's 1988 album. It takes a notion of millions to hold us back. Writing for Entertainment Weekly, Raymond Fior said that, in quote, he may not be reinventing himself with Fishscale, but as a must-hear street storyteller, Ghostface Killer is still at the top of his game. Matt Barone from XXL wrote that, in quote, a few forced collaborations being its only flaw, Fishscale is Ghost's most addictive dosage, post Supreme Caliental, packed with vivid street tales, comic relief, and straight spitting. The album continues his standard of excellence. Okay. Steve Jones from USA Today wrote that Ghostface takes a time-worn hip-hop theme dealing with cocaine and creates a riveting listening experience. He doesn't so much deliver rhymes as narrate graphically detailed scenes, to be exact, rife with violence, passion, and a little humor. All music writer Andy Kellman wrote in his review, Ghost responds by pouring all that he has, both lyrically and vocally, into every track on the album. The scenarios he recounts are as detailed and off the wall as ever. Elaborate screenplays laid out with a vocal style that's ceaselessly fluid and never abrasive. In Q, Ted Kessler wrote, in quote, rarely, no, rappers rarely, rather, improve with age, but Wu-Tang Clan veteran Ghostface is an exception. Whether Ghostface explained how to cook crack on Kilo, how he likes his hair cut on Barbershop, or how he came to swim with SpongeBob. Not SpongeBob. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. And this is so funny to me, man, as I'm reading this though. Like I'm always gonna get a laugh out of some of the articles that I'm gonna be reading. So just bear with me, folks. um in a Bentley coupe on Underwater, he remains rap's finest storyteller. In his review for the AV Club, Nathan Rabin wrote, end quote, in contrast to his aggressive delivery on the Pretty Tony album, Ghostface is far more relaxed, confident, and eclectic here. One of rap's most cinematic and sophisticated storytellers, he fills his pulp narratives with so much novelistic detail that it's impossible to catch everything on the first listen. Thankfully, the kaleidoscopic, soul drenched production by Doom, Pete Rock, JD, Just Blaze, and others make repeat listens seem tempting, even downright irresistible. Sure, Fishscale has its share of pointless skits, but that's what the fast forward button is for. Just as the play button seems to have been designed specifically to let people listen to Fishscale over and over. Now we go to the accolades. All right. Fishscale was ranked as one of the best albums of the year by many famous publishers. It also appeared on several lists for best albums of the decade, with Stylist magazine ranking it number 11. Uncut ranked it number 62 on their 150 best albums of the 2000s, while Pitchfork ranked it as number 75 on their top 200 albums of the 2000s, stating history will remember Fishscale as Ghostface Magical Mystery Tour. An artist convinced of his own genius and empties every chamber on a batshit. Oh shit. Oh man, batshit pseudo conceptual head trip. Oh shit. In 2009, Rhapsody ranked the album at number 9 on its hip hop's best albums of the decade list. The album was also introduced in the book 2001 albums of albums you must hear before you die. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna go to charts. You guys already probably know about the track listings already, so I'm not gonna go into that. All right. So weekly charts. Norwegian albums VG Lista. Peak position 37. Swiss albums Schweizer Hit Parade peak position 66. UK albums OCC 174. US Billboard 200 4. US top R&B and hip hop albums Billboard 2. US top rap albums Billboard 2. US top R&B hip hop albums Billboard 58. Okay. All right. So let's go to oh wait, more fish. All right. So, More Fish is the 6th studio album by rapper Ghostface Killer, released on December 12th, 2006 through the Def Jam label. The album's name derives from Ghostface's earlier 2006 release Fishscale. The track Good, featuring Ghostface fellow Theodore unit member Trife the God and Mr. May Green, and produced by Kool-Aid and Peanut. This shit is so funny, man. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Was the first single. It contained one track, Josephine, which was originally featured on High Technology 2, The Chip, but all other tracks are made of previously unreleased material. All right. The album features several appearances from the members of Theodore Unit, which includes Capadonna, Sean Wiggs. Sean Wiggs, don't even ask me how he got that last name. Don't ask me how he got that fucking last name. Trife the God and Ghostface teenage son God, as well as from Redman, Sheik Luch, Killer Sin, Kanye West, and singers Amy Winehouse, Iman, Neo, and Mr. May Green. Production comes from Jim Bond, High Tech, Kool-Aid, and Peanut. Oh shit. Madlib, MF Doom, Mark Ronson, Lewis Parker, Extreme, Phantom of the Beats, and Ghostface himself. Okay. So, critical reception. Metacritic, 77 out of 100. About.com, 4.5 stars. All Music, 4.5 stars. The AV Club, B+. Entertainment Weekly, A-. OK Player, 4.5 stars. Pitchfork Media, 7.3 out of 10. Pop Matters, 7 out of 10. Rolling Stone, 4.5 stars. Stylist, B+. Double XL, 4 stars. More Fish received generally positive reviews from music critics. Hang on, guys. All right, here we go. Um, at Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from critics, the album received an average score of 77, which indicates generally favorable reviews based on 21 reviews. Andy Kellman of AllMusic said, loosely speaking, more fish is to fish scale that no what Theodore Unit 7 Theodore Unit 718 was to the Pretty Tony album, I'll bet, with more focus on Ghostface. While the title of the disc seems synonymous with have some leftovers, it's not at all stale, if not nearly as spectacular as its precursor. Nathan Raven of the AV Club said, More Fish's lively assortment of odds and ends contains a few fish scale worthy gems, like the continental sophistication of the Mark Ronson produced You Know I'm No Good, and the MF Doom produced Alex, where Ghostface spins a head spinning narrative so complex and detailed that it takes several listens to process everything. Fish scale was named after a particularly expensive and pure form of cocaine. More fish sonic fix is of a lesser quality, but it still packs a potent punch. A.O. Friedman of Pop Matters said, like any compilation, Morefish doesn't make much of a statement, except maybe that Ghostface is prolific and that similar connections may have been left on the cutting room floor from his earlier work. And that's just frustrating. But all told, there's enough to make this little Def Jam tax write off worthy of a listen for anyone that likes fish scale, not just Ghostface completists. Ryan Dunball of Pitchfork Media said, tucked away beneath the label's fourth quarter heavy hitters, More Fish is appropriately a fraction of the fish scale was, of the event fish scale was. And while new material from one of the most consistent rappers of all time is always welcome, the new album's stealth release doubles as an admission of Ghost's limited commercial potential. The redundant title along Here You Go. More Fish goes linked to lower expectations. Simone Vosick Levison of Entertainment Weekly said, the Wu-Tang Clan's most reliable warrior extends his string of triumphs with More Fish, the sequel to his March release, Fish Scale. 6 discs into his solo career, Ghostface Killer handily delivers everything that his fans expect. Nostalgic soul samples, richly detailed scenes of street life, and an abundance of inventive wordplay. A shark's teeth ain't sharp enough. Like Mount St. Helen, with when the god erupts. Oh my, oh my lord, this shit is so fucking funny, man. Oh man, Amanda Diva of Double XL says sometimes leftovers can be just as good as the original meal. Such is the case with Ghostface Lay's offering More Fish. At first glance, this follow up to last year's fish scale seemed like nothing more than a Theodore unit compilation. God damn. As names like Trife the God and Sun God, Ghost's son, as well as Wu Tang's affiliates Capadonna and Killer Sin, flood the guest list. Despite the extra weight, Ghost still managed to pull off a surprising focused project. Okay. More Fish debuted at number 71 on the US Billboard 200, selling about 36,000 copies in its first week. Okay. Charts. We're gonna go to U.S. Billboard 200, peak position number 71. U.S. top R&B and hip hop albums, Billboard 13. U.S. top rap albums, Billboard 6. All right. All right. We're gonna go to another artist that I want to talk about, which is okay. We got Method Man discography. All right. Now let's see. We're gonna take a look here. All right, we're gonna go to the albums. Let's go to I forget though. Um let's see. All right, the damn blackout. How high? Okay. We're gonna go to okay, Bring the Pain. Got Bring the Pain. Let me there for you. Oh, let's go over his first album. Yes, 1994. Let's go over this. All right. Tikal is the debut studio album by American rapper and Wu-Tang Clan member Method Man. It was released November 15, 1994 by Def Jam Records. It was the first Wu-Tang solo album released after the group's debut into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. All right. Similar to all first generation solo Wu-Tang projects, Tikal was mainly produced by group member RZA, who provided a dark, murky, and rugged sound. The album features guest appearances from RZA, Raekwon, Inspector Deck, as well as several affiliates who would later appear on future group projects. On October to be exact, 5th, 2017, Method Man revealed on the Viceland talk show Jesus and Mero that the album's title is an acronym for taking into consideration all lives. Hold on a sec. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to all right, so singles. Bring the Pain, Release Yourself. Okay, Bring the Pain, October 25th, 1984. Release Yourself, Release Your Delf. Released 1995. I'll Be There For You, You All That I Need. April 25th, 1985. Tikal was a critical and commercial success, reaching number 4 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and number 1 on the Billboard. No, excuse me, the top R&B and hip hop albums to be exact. On January 18, 1985, the album was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. And on July 13, 1985, the record was certified platinum for the shipment of 1 million copies in the United States. The success for the album was driven by 2 singles, Bring the Pain and I'll Be There For You, You're All That I Need to Get By. Okay. I'm not even going to go to the singles. You guys already probably know about the singles already. I'm not even going to go over that. So let's go to critical reception. Okay. All music, 5.5 stars. Chris Gow's Consumer Guide, 1 star. Entertainment Weekly, B. Melody Maker, 4 stars. Melody Maker. Oh, man. NME, 8 out of 10. The Rolling Stone album, 4.5 stars. Select, 5 out of 5. The Source, 4 out of 5. Okay. Tikal was well received by most critics. Tracy E. Hopkins from Entertainment Weekly stated Method Man proves to be one of the rap's most formidable players on his solo outing. Tikal, the Wu-Tang Clan's standout MC, wages lyrical warfare. His griping rhymes creep out of the darkness and take listeners hostage. Melody Waker, Melody Maker wrote Meth comes correct with this beam down from planet Mars, making music that way darker and more oriented than was previously thought possible. NME commented, quote, the East Coast hip hop renaissance continues apace. Supreme laid back, mooching along at a, bass weighted amble, whether it's framing the monogamous lovers lament of all I need or the I will survive hook of release yourself. Rolling Stone praised the album singles, but stated it's with its heaviest numbers that Tikal delivers the prima goods. Writing for the source, Mitchell Pierce described the album's production as dark bass and distorted wails that sound like someone is being hacked up to death. Pierce concluded Tikal combines verbal terrorism, tenebras, grooves, and home demolition to produce a gritty production. Michael A. Gonzalez from Vibe magazine described Tikal as incredible and further stated the production wizardly and vocal complexity built with each listen. Retrospect. Although Tikal failed to achieve the critical success of several other Wu-Tang solo albums of its era, such as Built for Cuban Links, only Built for Cuban Links to be exact, and Liquid Swords, it has acquired a fair amount of acclaim over the years from various music writers and publications. In 1996, Select magazine ranked it number 28 on their 100 best albums of the 90s list. And in 1999, Eagle Trip ranked it number 12 on their list of greatest hip hop albums released in 1994. Okay. In a later review for Tikal, Jason Birchmeyer from All Music praised Method Man's charisma and RZA's production and stated Tikal strictly spotlights the group's two stars and does so with freshly straightforward flair. There's none of the epic overreaching that mars so many rap albums of the era. Rather, there's just over a dozen tracks here. And they fill to the brim with rhymes and beats and little else. No pop crossover concessions, nor any heady experimentation for the sake of experimentation. Just good of just good old fashioned hip hop. A bet with a dark, deranged twist. In 2005, Robert DeMary included Tikal on his list of 1001 albums you must hear before you die. Oh wow. And in 2008, Tom Moon included it on his 1000 recordings to hear before you die list. Hang on, guys. Okay. All right. Accolades. The information regarding accolades is adapted from acclaimedmusic.net, except for the list with additional sources. Signifies unordered list. Eagle Trip United States Hip Hop's 25 Greatest Albums by Year 1980 to 1988. 1989 ranked 12. Music NME United Kingdom Albums of the Year 1984 11 40. Pop Sweden Albums of the Year 1984 3. Q United Kingdom Albums of the Year 1984 1 star. 50 Heaviest Albums of All Time 2001 1 star. Robert DeMary United States 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die 2005 1 star. Rock the Lux Spain Albums of the Year 1984 29. Select United Kingdom the 100 Best Albums of the 90s Albums of the Year 1996 28 1994 18. Tom Moon United States 1000 Recordings to Hear Before You Die 2008 1 star. Okay, we go to the charts. All right. Canadian albums Billboard peak position 50. US Billboard 200 4. US top R&B and hip hop albums Billboard 1. Year and charts US Billboard 200 position chart 95 75. US top R&B and hip hop albums Billboard 9. Okay, certifications. Canada. Music Canada platinum 1000 certified units in sales. United Kingdom BPI gold 100,000 certified units sales. And United States platinum 1,000 no, excuse me, 1 million certified units in sales. Okay. Let's go to I want to go to one more Method Man album where he had D'Angelo. I forget which one. He had hold on a minute as I look this up. This was 1999. All right. Wait, 1999. Okay. 1999. Hold on, guys. This is 1999. Wait a second. 1999. Okay, wait. Okay. Hang on a second. All right. Tikal 2000 Judgment Day is the second studio album by American rapper and Wu-Tang Clan member Method Man. The album was released on November 17, 1998 under Def Jam Recordings. The album's title and overall theme were heavily influenced by the apocalypse theories surrounding the forthcoming end of the second millennium. Judgment Day features production from RZA, True Master, Inspector Deck, Fourth Disciple to be exact, Eric Sherman, Havoc, and Track Masters, among others. The album also features a multitude of guest appearances from artists such as Redman, Left Eye, Mobb Deep, D'Angelo, and various Wu-Tang Clan members and affiliates such as Street Life, who appears on 7 of the album's 28 tracks. Wow. Okay. So, 2 singles. Judgment Day was released October 20th, 1998. Breakups to Makeups, featuring D'Angelo, was released January 26th, 1999. Professional ratings, all music, 3.5 stars. Entertainment Weekly, A-, Los Angeles Times, 4.5 stars. NME, six out of 10. Rolling Stone, 4 stars. Spin, 8 out of 10. USA Today, 4.5 stars. Hold on, guys. Oh, man. Okay. Let me see. Commercial performance. Title 2000, Judgment Day debuted at number 2 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart and number 1 on the U.S. Top R&B and Hip Hop Albums chart, while selling 411,000 copies in its first week. Upon its release, the album received mostly favorable reviews from music critics, though several disapproved of its overabundance of skits. On December 16th, 1998, the album was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America for sales of over 1 million copies. As of October 2009, the album has 1,605,000 copies in the United States. All right. Got one more thing I want to actually talk about, and that's the Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan and American Saga. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I want to actually review this. This actually looks good, so I may check it out when I get a chance. So here we go. All right, this is the last one, actually, you guys. And listen, the reason why I'm probably going over an hour and stuff like that is because I had to make a quick stop to the bathroom to actually, drain the inchworm. But I'm not going to go into deep with that, so I digress on that one. So just to let you guys know, I didn't forget you guys. I just had to make a quick stop to the bathroom. So there you go. So Wu-Tang, an American Saga, is an American drama streaming television series created by RZA and Alex T.S.E., which premiered on September 4th, 2019 to be exact, on Hulu. The show portrays a fictionalized account of the formation of the Wu-Tang Clan. In January 2020, the series was renewed for a second season, which is scheduled to premiere on September 8th, 2021. So the okay, so the cast goes like this, actually, in case you guys don't know about. Ashton Sanders, Shamik Moore from the movie Dope, Sadiq Sanderson, Julian Elijah Martinez, Marcus Calendar. Oh shit. Erica Alexander, Zoli Gribbs, Dave East, Brewster. Okay, Dave East is in there. TJ Adams, Janelle Xavier Young, and Joey Badass. Oh wow. Can't believe this. Anyway, so I already read. Well, wait. Okay, Wu-Tang and the American Saga is set in New York City during the height of the crack cocaine epidemic in the 1990s. It follows the Wu-Tang Clan's formation, a vision of Bobby Diggs, aka the RZA, and the rise amid the dangers and excesses that came with the epidemic. Seeking his own way out, Diggs turns to rap in order to carve a path to fame, going against his older brother, Divine Martinez, who's favored the drug trade as the means to giving their family a better life. The story depicts how it all came together for the clan as Diggs unites a dozen young black men who are torn between music and crime. The group battles against the forces that hold them down, and these include their own occasional impulse to give up the fight. Wow. I'm gonna actually check this out, man. So, you know what? And that's the way to end the show right here, folks. So today's episode was about the Shaolin music vibes of Staten Island. And as I actually stated before, I was going to actually dedicate to the music artist that's from there. And I did that. Now, as we went over the music artists and the TV show, I didn't have any movies to review today, folks. So don't worry about that. So this was a music Kool-Aid episode, and of course a little bit of a you know chillaxation of you know a TV show, of course, which I had to include. And the reason why, like I said, man, I do apologize for taking off like that. I just had to use the bathroom. So, just to let everybody know, I do apologize for taking off like that. And I said I was going to be back. So, and I did that. So, listen. My verdict from the music artists that I reviewed today, including Yah Sin, the 2020 album, and and the Legends of Crescent Avenue album that I listened to on Spotify today. No, it was yesterday. I was listening to him. If I'm not mistaken. I have to say, man, these two albums was a lot of fun to listen to, man. It was a lot of fun. And I gotta say, it is fire. It is a masterpiece, and I'm pretty sure everybody, including myself, just enjoys the living shit out of it. That's how lit that shit was, man. And I'm glad I did a dedication to Staten Island today, because there was some performances that was going on. As I previously announced on my other show, in terms of the music artist that was going to be performing in Staten Island. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to watch it, but I'll probably watch it through the highlights. But I'll probably talk about it on my other show, or probably this show right here. So, like I said, man, 2020, The Legends of Crescent Avenue, they're both fire, and they're gonna be going out with a bang, man. I appreciate the body of work. Keep up the good work, man. And one more time, congratulations to Yah Sin for being featured in the Source magazine. Give it up for a round of applause for Yah Sin being featured in the Source magazine. Give it up. And as for Raekwon, Ghostface Killer, Method Man's music albums, and including the Wu Tang Clan TV series. Okay, 3 of the albums are classic. Okay, no, the albums that I reviewed are classic, fire, masterpiece, and great storytelling that I actually would appreciate too, man. It does have some funny moments though, man, and that's what makes it so interesting to me, man. And that's what made me interested in doing a review podcast show like Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. I wanted to be able to review music albums that's not you know It's not going crazy over auto tunes and other shit like that. Cause I don't like reviewing people that's like, that's like corny and stuff. But, in this case, in this episode, the music artists that I review today are the best and basically the most positive, the most excellent bodies of work that I actually listen to on Spotify. I'm glad I have Spotify because if I didn't have Spotify, I wouldn't have heard about these guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say, man, this has been an honor for me to actually review those albums, and 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 music is very therapeutic, and it actually helped me clear out the suicidal thoughts I had from a misunderstanding that I had years ago from a former classmate from an evening class that I had. And ever since I saw her on the 7 train, I didn't talk to that bitch ever again. How about that, man? You try me, I try you back, man. Anyway, classic, fire, masterpiece, excellent bodies of work from you guys. I wish you continued success and unity, positivity is what it's all about here in this episode. All right. Now, listen, if you like what you heard, be sure to show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G, lowercase TACK. No, excuse me. Capital G MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. I'm sorry for the butcher. I'm just trying to wrap this up. Okay. So, listen. I know in the previous episode I didn't get a chance to talk about where you can find me on Instagram, so I will talk about that right about now. So, you can follow the podcast you can follow the show on Instagram, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, alongside with my primary handle, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, alongside with my other show, Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast, which is approaching a 1-year anniversary in November. How about that, man? How about that for an applause right here? So yes, like I said, you can find the show Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast alongside with me, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast on Instagram. Also, you can follow me on Livid, which is G Money Stacks Queens, New York. I will start recording on Livid for my other show, and maybe for this one right here. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it, but we'll see. This is a wait and see. All right. So Livid, G Money Stacks Queens, New York. All right. Now we go to the stream platforms on the go. All right. No, wait. Hold on, guys. Okay. So you can listen to the episodes of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast on these streaming audio platform choices right here. You can listen on Anchor. We're on Audible. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Breaker, Deezer, Podchaser, Podfriend. Be sure to go to those two links, Podchaser and Podfriend, for a 5-star rating review. Tell us what you think about the show, what the topics was pertaining to, what you like about it, and what topics, what music artists and TV shows and movies that I should review next. Um, we are on Pocket Cast, Player FM, Podcast Addict. We're on Reason FM, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn Radio. And don't forget to listen to Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast episodes on Google Podcasts. We are on iHeartRadio. And last but not least, the YouTube. I need you guys to do your part by subscribing to the Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast YouTube channel page. Be sure to subscribe. Enable alerts by pressing the notification bell so you can be reminded of when the show goes on the air live via live stream. Upcoming episodes, previous recorded episodes, along with the automatic postings and uploads of each episode that will be posted on the YouTube channel page, so you don't have to worry about missing out on some episodes. So I got you guys. And be sure to leave a like and a comment with the topics alongside with the episodes. Share the video. Be sure to download your favorite episodes, which is also important and makes the show grow even higher. Also, don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the podcast alongside with audio streaming platforms with your friends. All right. And that's it, man. This has been a great show of episode 12 of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, dedication to the music artist of Staten Island, which is Shaolin Music Vibes of Staten Island, New York. Episode 12. This is for you guys. And thank you for listening, rocking with me, and tuning in to the show. I truly appreciate it. And it really means a lot to me. So we're gonna go out on a good note, and we're gonna go out with a bang like this. And another one. And listen, man, how about some fires being shot, man? And a little bit of air horns. And this was a lit episode today of episode 12, man. Listen, man, like I said, man, I truly appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to listen to the episodes and getting to know me as the host with the most and YouTuber with 2 shows on YouTube, by the way. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe to my other YouTube channel where Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast is on, which is G Money Stacks 555. And do the same like you're doing with this channel, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast YouTube page. All right. Listen, man. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening and taking the time. And also, be sure to reach out to your loved ones, man. And you don't have to wait every year for mental health awareness, like in May, to reach out to somebody. Listen, that person might be fine on the outside, but on the inside, that, that person not doing as well as he or she thinks. So be sure to reach out to your friends, your loved ones, including your wife, your husband, girlfriends, boyfriends. See how they're doing mentally, physically, spiritually on the inside. It's not about the outside, you guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's real shit, man. And that's the fucking real truth. All right? And like I always say, man, if you have a dream of making a career out of anything, whether it's being a radio personality, whether it's being a podcast host like I'm doing right now with 2 shows, or any other career fields whatsoever, don't let nobody stop you. Because at the end of the day, the online flizzies are not the ones that's making you happy. The only person that's making you happy is you. And by the time you reach success, you're going to eat them up like Homer Simpson style, like this. I'm G Money Stacks, man. And this has been a great episode of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, man. Have a good night. Be sure to take responsibility of yourself and being considerate to other people. And be sure to stay masked up, protect yourself, wash your hands, drink plenty of water alongside with your Gatorade to give you electrolytes, all right? Peace and one love, everybody, and have a good night.